Today we're looking for one NBA team to take over America, but each matchup will take place in a different random era thanks to this wheel. As per usual, we'll start by spinning our wheel of teams, and the first one up, the LA Lakers, of course. That feels fitting, and we'll be sending the Lakers southeast thanks to our compass. And that means the first matchup of our video is a battle of LA Lakers Clippers. Let's do it. But this is where the twist of our video, the only twist, comes into play. It's a wheel of random eras. There are 4 in total that we will see all throughout the video, beginning with 2006 NBA Live. That's where our first matchup will take place. Back in 2006, the LA Clippers were led by young Chris Kaman, Elton Brand, who was legit, Corey Maggette in 84 overall. That's actually a pretty solid starting 5. While the Lakers, well, their starting 5, not so hot. Kwame Brown is 74, but of course, they've got Kobe in his prime, 95 overall. Legitimate question, do they need anything else? And the answer is possibly yes, as the Clippers do have a 6-point lead late in the game. And let me just say this once now, don't ask me why the Live 06 court is black. I know it looks not great, but we see what's happening as the Clippers go up 8. Lakers finally get a stop. Lamar Odom kind of ball hog. Let's go, Kobe. Let's see it. Good little move from the top. That's a tough finish, and 1. Lakers running out of time. Kobe pulls a contested 3. Dude, they are making everything, but can the Lakers get a stop now? Uh-oh, not Maggette. No, it's either Maggette or Brand every time for the Clippers, and they can't be stopped. Elton Brand and Cuttino Mobley actually were too much for the Lakers. Each had 25 points in a win, and Kobe disappointed. 20 points on 6 of 16. That ain't the 06 Kobe we know. Unfortunately, Kobe's greatness wasn't enough to keep the Clippers from making our first move, taking over LA. Our next matchup would take us into the great state of Texas. The Dallas Mavericks heading basically due east right into Houston Rockets territory. And once again, we'll get the treat of heading to a different era, NBA 2K16. And off the top of my head, I can't remember. Wait, no, Harden was in Houston. Old man Dirk still with the Mavs. This could be trouble, Dallas. Yeah, this was a tough era to get the Mavs. I mean, Dirk was still in 84. Chandler Parsons, remember when he was in the NBA? And James Harden was the cover boy in 2K16, 92 overall. Dwight Howard was still in 85. I think I know who should win this matchup. And yeah, you know, I hate it when I'm right, but you know when I'm right, I'm right. Houston dominated. Yo, shout out to the Mavs for only losing by 20. That's respectable. And believe it or not, we'd stay in Texas, well, Louisiana first as we spun for the Pelicans, but we sent them west right back into Houston territory. And for the 3rd straight game, our wheel of eras gave us a new era, NBA 2K11. And what a break for New Orleans, because in 2K11, they were still the New Orleans Hornets with prime Chris Paul, 95 overall. Wow. I will say though, CP3 not the greatest supporting cast, and the Rockets in 2K11 still had 83 overall. Yao Ming, Kevin Martin, Aaron Brooks, kind of a gross roster, but it might do the trick. CP3 supporting cast might be letting him down. The Pels down 5. Can prime CP take advantage going into the mid-range? Down low, Okafor. That's tough. Yao with the block, but Okafor gets it right back. And 1. What a chaotic sequence. Aaron Brooks trying to cook on CP3 in the clutch. Why did David West leave Scola? That man is money from the mid-range. Does Chris Paul have some magic? Oh, that's tough. And Okafor's not there for the rebound. Doesn't matter. Chris hit it. The Hornets have no more timeouts, so they can't keep trading 2s for free throws. They gotta set up a oh, that's a decent look. Marcus Thornton, and he bricked it. Okafor doesn't get the rebound, and that's curtains, brother. Yao Ming led the way for Houston in their 2nd straight win, 23-12, but shout out to Aaron Brooks, 20-11. Obviously, the Rockets, the early big winner. And because the wheel likes to troll us, we would land on Houston again, a 3rd straight game. We're sending them due west, which was right into Phoenix Suns territory. But unfortunately, the gravy train might be coming to an end because we finally get NBA 2K23, the current era, where, the Rockets, man, they've been on such a roll, but look at this mismatch in the current era. Why? But in a jinx to potentially end all jinxes, I could not believe my eyes when I saw the Houston Rockets, yes, dominating the Phoenix Suns. How? I mean, we love a good underdog story, and Houston definitely is that so far, and they've won 3 games in a row, but Phoenix, bring it in. What were you doing? Finally, we'd get a reprieve from Houston as we'd head to New York for the Knicks, and of course, they'd end up facing the Brooklyn Nets. It had to happen. Also, we're sticking on NBA 2K23, which is very interesting, because on paper in the current era, yeah, these teams are pretty, they should be competitive at least. Nets up 6 with under 2 minutes left. I tried to tell you. All NBA Julius Randle taking on DPOY candidate Ben Simmons. None of that should be true. My bad. Wait, no need to slander Julius Randle unless the Knicks actually lose. Ben Simmons. No slander for him either. What a play. Oh my word. Ben Simmons in the clutch with a hook shot from the... Ben Simmons has the Nets going to the moon in this video. I can feel it already from this one performance. Brooklyn finally owns New York. Congrats, Nets fans. We'd switch gears and head to the Midwest. Chicago, Illinois, although they're heading south, which was into Memphis Grizzlies territory. And we got possibly the best era outcome, NBA 2K11. I love it because NBA 2K11 means MVP Derrick Rose on the Bulls, although this is obviously pre-roster update from that era because Rose is only an 85. And speaking of needing updates, this is the grit and grind Grizzlies era, who are not that great overall, but should be a good matchup. Oh, never mind. The Grizzlies had domination on their mind, a 14-point win, and Zebo led the way with 34-6. Wow, that's a big time performance. And looks like D-Rose, man, the Bulls were shafted by not having a roster update. 15-8, that's it for the MVP. We kept rolling back to the Northeast this time, where we landed on Philadelphia and sent them southwest into, Cavaliers territory. And I knew the tensions were going to be high when I landed on NBA Live 06 once again, where the Cavaliers were led by 20-year-old LeBron James, who is already a 95 overall, and low-key, the Cavs roster looks pretty good around him on paper, yeah. But the other reason I was so excited about this matchup in 06 is that the 76ers were stacked. Chris Webber, Iggy, sharpshooting Korver, and 89 overall Allen Iverson. And no way! I definitely did. Yo, Philly's good, but I didn't see this coming. Young LeBron with 29, 12, and 7 on 12 of 19 shooting. He was amazing, but it wasn't enough. AI had 27 and 9. They had 3 players scoring 20 or more points. I told you the Sixers were deep, and I have a feeling that won't be the last time we see LeBron in this video, but the Cavs, yeah, they're done. I was terrified when next we landed on the Atlanta Hawks, sending them due south into Orlando Magic territory. I was praying we wouldn't see NBA 2K23 pop up, and indeed, NBA 2K11. Oh no, the Hawks were good then too. We're never getting away with the Hawks being bad in a video. Oh no, the Hawks are about to haunt my dreams again. They were good in 2011. Wait, but I forgot the Magic. This is prime Dwight Howard on the... How's he only an 88 over? It doesn't matter. You need to stop the Hawks, Dwight. Nah, Dwight. Why are you doing this, Dwight? You need to come back. That's a tough shot, Joe Johnson. What is he doing? And Dwight just got beasted by Al Horford. Nope. That's GG's, brother. I just saw prime Dwight lose an offensive rebound to Al Horford. Okay, Vince Carter at least hit a shot. Orlando can still do it, and they're going to old man Vince Carter. Mid-range. Okay, he hit. I didn't think he was going to make it. That's a great shot. Do they keep going 2s and free throws, or do they go for a 3? I hope they shoot a 3, baby. Oh, Jameer. What are you doing? Brutal way to go out. Look at the Hawks, man. I knew they were just so balanced, but Jameer with the back-breaking turnover. He did lead the way with 25 points. Dwight 19, 10, and 3 in a loss. No matter what I throw at them, the Atlanta Hawks are invincible in these videos. Next up, we'd land on the Wizards, which is interesting. We'd send them north into Philadelphia, and our era, very interesting, NBA Live 06. We already know about the Iverson-led 06 76ers, but how about Gilbert Arenas, 88 overall, and a decent supporting cast in Washington? Oof, and how about another dominant 06 Philadelphia win? Man, if they can stick in this era. And Gilbert was really bad. 3 for 8 shooting. He only scored 7 points. What? While once again, Allen Iverson, he didn't play well. 5 of 16, but just a bound. This team is so good. Nah, but seriously, if Philly can just stick in 2006 and avoid like 2016, they'll be golden. Game 10 of our video would send us back to California. The Clippers heading southwest. That's easily into Houston Rockets territory. And I don't know how this is happening, but our 4th Rockets appearance of the video, the 4th era we will see them playing in Live 06. We already know about the formidable Clippers led by Elton Brand, but look at Houston with 87 overall Yao and prime 93 T-Mac. Yeah, this might be the best Rockets team yet. And wow, I didn't jump into this game. I thought it'd be a blowout, but the Clippers did pull it to within 4. Houston does sneak by though, thanks to 31 points, an efficient 31 from T-Mac. Man, if Houston can avoid too many games in the current era, they got some good teams from back in the day. Speaking of good good teams back in the day, the Brooklyn/New Jersey Nets. Anybody, they'd go north, which, yeah, brings us to Toronto at long last. And we continue bouncing between 06 and 2011 as 2K11 was back up. And folks, I can't lie, this is a truly gross matchup. Pre-Darren Williams trade 2011 Nets. Yeah, they were bad. While this was arguably the Raptors' worst era ever, Leandro Barbosa and Andrea Barnes, what am I seeing? No, seriously, I thought they had a dude named Chris Smoove on their team last time I saw them on 2K11. Nah, of course we'd have to watch a clutch finish in this game. Linus Kleza in the post, former Nuggets legend. Yeah, of course he'd break. What about the Nets? Can Anthony Morrow? Yeah, he led the league in three-point shooting one. Yeah, he bricked as well. Honestly, Toronto, just run the clock down. You're gonna do no good shooting this ball. Oh, wait a minute, Bargnani. Brook Lopez just got exposed by Amir Johnson. Trust me, that's all we needed to see from that game. Toronto did win thanks to Leandro Barbosa and Ed Davis. We got a couple first-timers up when the wheel landed on Minnesota, sent them west all the way over to Portland. And we finally returned to a more comfortable era, NBA 2K23, where we'd have another clutch finish. Portland up 3 under 2 left. Damian Lillard would get deep in the paint, kicking out to Shaedon Sharpe for a clutch bucket. And on the other end, Shaedon playing D, but not good enough. Ant Edwards got it. Dame from the logo for 3. This would be insane. No, he missed it, but Shaedon's on the glass, cleaning it up. That's a tight but effective W for Portland. As we drew closer to the halfway point in this video, we got the Grizzlies sending them south into Houston Rockets territory. And we've seen the Rockets in each and every era. Where are they returning to? Yep, they were pretty good back then in 2K16. We know about Harden and Dwight in Houston, but yeah, the Grizzlies were still very good on paper in 2016. But as has become the trend in this video, despite their opponent, the Rockets simply took care of business with relative ease. Portland was back up and would be sent by the compass southeast right into Utah Jazz territory. And for the second appearance in a row, Portland will be appearing on NBA 2K23. And after their big win over the T-Wolves, I had expectations for Portland, who came up short against Utah. I mean, at least they kept it close. But close only counts in horseshoes, and the highlighter yellow Utah Jazz territory expands. And with that, we'd expand into the second half of our video with the Boston Celtics up next, basically heading due south, which I took to mean right next door to the Toronto Raptors territory. And the Celtics' first appearance in this video will take place back on NBA 2K16. All right, really fun matchup here. The Isaiah Thomas-led Boston Celtics, Jared Solinger, a legend, and they're taking on the the Toronto Raptors with DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. I know y'all remember them. Ooh, and the Celtics are gonna remember them here too, unless they make a late comeback. No way the Raps are closing this without DeMar, right? Isaiah Thomas contested jumper. That's a bad look. Oh, Boston bringing a double? What are they doing? Luis Scola? Yo, okay, I was about to say, why did Luis shoot it instead of Pat? That is why. That shot from Scola was honestly out of pocket, but it worked as the eventual dagger as the Raptors sneak by and add some more territory. Good job, Toronto. We'd head back to the southeast and land on Miami for the first time. The arrow sent them into Atlanta Hawks territory. I knew this would be chaotic, especially when the era's wheel obliged and gave us NBA 2K11, which means, yes, the big three Miami Heat have a golden opportunity to save us all from the Atlanta Hawks. Let's go, boys. And I'm very happy to report there's no need for dramatics or pomp and circumstance. That is a 20-point win, Miami. And look at the prime big three in action. Chris Bosh, 26 points. Dwayne Wade, 25. LeBron, 23. They cooked up. Oh, my word. Prime Josh Smith with 30, 10, 4, and 6 and a loss. That's tough. Unfortunately, though, Josh Smith, as prime Stephen A. Smith once said, we don't care as the Heat take over Southeast USA. Just 14 teams remained as we spun and landed on the 76ers. We sent them due west right into Indiana Pacers territory, and the wheel of eras is sending us back to 06. This is now the third time we're seeing the 76ers in this video. All have been here on NBA Live 06. The Pacers have Jermaine O'Neal in his prime and a pretty solid team, but can they stop Iverson and the Sixers? Brother, these games aren't even close at this point for Philly. Jermaine O'Neal played 45 minutes, dropped 28 and 17, but he couldn't compete with this balanced Sixers. I haven't even seen Allen Iverson score 30 yet, and they just keep winning. Our wheel brought us back to the Miami Heat for the second time in 3 games. Slight northwest on the compass. I took it to mean into Hornets territory. And this, of course, is the actual Charlotte Hornets, not the Pelicans. Nothing like that. Okay, this is going to be confusing because unfortunately the Charlotte Hornets were the Charlotte Bobcats back in 2006, and this team is not looking good. Emeka Okafor, he was tearing it up for CP3 and the Pelicans franchise. Dude, it's so confusing. But don't bother yelling at me in the comment section. I know my stuff, plus I double-checked the Hornets that we know now. Today, their history includes the Charlotte Bobcats. Don't argue with me. Oh, and by the way, it should all be moot because the 06 Miami Heat have Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade, and oh yeah, 69 overall, Udonis Haslem. Nice! Okay, that was way closer than it should have been. Seriously, Miami, a 7-point, at least D-Wade did his thing, 37-7. Wait, Udonis Haslem had 21-8. I just noticed that. Amazing. Okay, the Miami Heat making a little move down there. And thanks to the wheel, the Heat would continue to try moving, this time north, slightly east, which was into Philadelphia 76ers territory. And I'll give you one guess as to which era the 76ers would be playing. Are you serious? This is game number 4 for Philadelphia in this video. All of them on NBA Live 06. I don't understand. By now, we know the tail of the tape with the 76ers for sure. Their balanced lineup. Also, the Heat, we just saw them in action. A really good team back in 06. Philadelphia's Mickey Mouse run might finally be over. They're down 8. AI going to the rim. That's good defense, though. He scores over Shaq, of course. Ain't no way you're letting Kyle Korver walk into the paint and throw an alley-oop. What am I seeing? Miami, you best score a bucket or two here. Shaq into the post. A jump shot. Sure, that worked. Somebody finally got a stop in this game. It was Philly, and it's Iguodala hanging and hitting. Oh, my word. It's a 2-point game. Miami is absolutely folding in the clutch. D-Wade just got stripped. This Philadelphia Linsanity run is insane. Allen Iverson just pulling up with defenders all over him. Jason Williams pulling up, hand in his face from 3. What are the Heat doing? This is the clutch. Nobody's back on defense, and Allen Iverson pulls up. Yep, why not? Antoine Walker pulling up for 3. Man, it's over. It is Jover, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's not Jover, though? The Philadelphia 76ers Linsanity run on NBA Live 06, and there you go. Allen Iverson, 38 points. I asked for it. Adios, Miami. It's been fun, but it's Philly time now. We'd get another first-timer as the wheel landed on Denver. We'd send them southwest, and even though it's a very similar color, that's technically Houston Rockets territory. The Rockets have dominated every single era, and we are staying on NBA Live 06. This is actually a sick matchup. The Denver Nuggets were so good. Kenyon Martin, Carmelo Anthony against Yao, T-Mac, and the Rockets. And those Rockets continue to dominate. A 10-point victory on Live 06. T-Mac a clean 26 points. Stromile Swift 17 rebounds. And young Melo was honestly pretty disappointing. 18 points on 7 of 17 shooting. And just like that, only 10 teams remain on our map. And the first time we'll see the San Antonio Spurs. That's interesting because the Spurs were really, really good for 3 of our 4 possible eras. They're heading northwest. And no matter which way you slice it, they're going into Houston Rockets territory, either here or in Denver. Anyways, Houston, San Antonio, a classic. I just really don't want to see NBA 2K23 for either of these teams as... Why? We could have had Kawhi versus Harden, Tim Duncan versus T-Mac. Can I respin? I mean, I so clearly jinxed this game hoping for any era other than this one, but let's go Houston, San Antonio. And I'm not really sure what y'all want me to say here. Nothing exciting, nothing. I can't believe I jinxed the wheel in such a severe way. Congrats, Houston. Welcome to Victor Land. Once again, San Antonio. I mean, one of these days I'll come up with a video in which San Antonio can be competitive. It'll happen one time. Just, you know, not today. That was actually pathetic. Into single digits now, we'd get OKC for the first time, sending them southwest to their neighbors, the Houston Rockets. And would you look at this? The Wheel of Eras gives us NBA 2K16. I am unbelievably excited right now, folks. The James Harden, Dwight Howard, Houston Rockets will be taking on the KD, Russell Westbrook, OKC Thunder. This is cinema, folks. And yes, sir, we got a clutch finish. OKC up 2 with under 3 left. James Harden needs to answer. Wait, who is that dude again? OKC has a chance to do some real damage. Ty Lawson is currently guarding Kevin Durant. Russ is not passing him the ball, but he'll draw free throws. Harden's got the ball in the clutch. Step back. He's got Dwight underneath. He finds Ariza for 3. Yo, he was wide open. That's money. Houston could take the lead with a triple right here. Nah, it's Ty Lawson going all the way and 1 on a float. Dude, what? Russ fouled him? I'm not even trying to troll Russell Westbrook right now, but I haven't seen Kevin Durant touch the ball once in the clutch. Not even one time. Why is Andre Roberson... Oh my... He just ISO James Harden to death. Nah, Andre Roberson saw Rachel Demita in the crowd and turned into 2016 Stephen Curry. That's insane. Harden, like, me personally, I would not take anything close to that level of disrespect. You gotta get him. No way. He's passing up in the clutch. And of course, Mata Eunice would brick this one. James Harden needs to redeem himself right here, right now. He's getting embarrassed in the clutch. Oh, it's over. It's over. Kevin Durant with the steal, finally. Finally, Kevin Durant touches the ball, and it's gonna be the nail in the coffin free throws for for OKC. Wow. James Harden actually played great. 34 and 10. Dwight was cool. They had a lot of good scoring performances, but 31, 11 and 11 for Russ. 21 and 16 assists for KD. Yep, they were great, folks. A monumental move for OKC. With just one win, they take over basically all of America. Unfortunately, OKC would immediately be asked to back it up as Milwaukee was sent right into their territory, and unfortunately, again, NBA 2K23. Actually, you know what? I have learned so many times making this video to never doubt Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, even if Giannis is on the other side. Oh, dang it, man. I was hoping we'd have another Shai masterclass in the clutch, but as you can see, 18-point win for Milwaukee. Well, it will be. That's tough, OKC. Giannis 34, 13 and 5. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? And Shai did his thing, 33, 9 and 5, but no more Thunder, no more Russ and KD. And what a time to check into this video for the Bucks. They take over all that OKC territory, and I'm low-key sad. We're losing the Thunder. That's tough. We have just 7 teams left on the wheel, and once again, we landed on Philadelphia, sending them north into Raptors territory. And yeah, do I honestly even need to? Of course you knew where this wheel was going. I couldn't make this up if I tried. NBA Live 06 again. At this point, it doesn't matter who's on the other team. Nobody is beating the 06 76ers, especially Toronto with Chris Bosh and not much else. I couldn't even jinx Philadelphia into taking an L. Nope, another commanding victory. Rafer Alston for the Raps with 28 and 10. Okay. And this time it was Chris Webber with a 30-point. He almost had a triple-double. I'm honestly so sad we're losing the Raptors purple from our map. Come on, man. Now down to just 6 teams left. We welcome the Sacramento Kings to the video, sent them due southeast, which was into Warriors territory. A chaotic amount of outcomes from our era wheel. We would land though on NBA 2K11. Honestly, 2011 was a pretty favorable outcome for the Kings because Tyreke Evans was an 82, Carl Landry a 75. I mean, their roster isn't great. They have rookie Cousins, but it could be worse. And the Warriors were not that great. Okay, 84 Monte Ellis, 83 David Lee. Steph was an 80, but they have 0 depth. Wow, that is a hilarious roster. And this is beautiful. We've got a tight matchup. Golden State up 1, under 2 minutes left. Which team can pull through in the clutch? Carl Landry, an insane hop step, gets him into the lane for 2. Golden State can go for a 2-for-1 here. Looks like Steph is pushing in transition. Now he's gonna pull it back out now. Oh yeah, they're going to Monte every possession in the clutch. I don't blame them. That's a good switch though. Monte off the ISO. That's a tough look, and he's blocked. Was that Carl Landry doing everything? Golden State down 2, 17 seconds left. I think I know what's going to happen. It's going to be Monte Ellis coming off a couple pin downs, but I'd love to see Steph take a clutch shot here. It is Monte. There he goes. Oh, and he's open for 3. That's a clean look. Monte Ellis. Oh, it was a 2. Are you serious? I kind of doubt we see a game winner here from Sacramento. Wait a minute. Tyreek's wide open. Missed it. What? Okay, we're under 90 seconds left in OT. The Kings do have a 3-point lead, and they need to close this thing out, man. Otherwise, that Tyreke Evans wide open jumper will loom so large, but Steph with a clutch jumper. Rookie DeMarcus Cousins would give the Kings a 3-point lead from the strike, and now it's do or die time for the Warriors. They need a bucket here, preferably a 3. Monte's gonna pull it. Oh my, he is unconscious. And there was no foot on the line that time. It was a pure 3 from Monte Ellis. Can Tyreke answer? We got the stars battling from mid-range, and this time he gets it to go. You know they're gonna run these pin downs for Monte once again, and here he goes. Okay, he's going off the single pick and roll this time, or the single pin down screen, and he bricked it. Biedrins on the glass, and he missed it too. Wow, what a finish. We had clutch performances all over the place. Tyreke did lead the way for Sacramento with 30 points. Shout out to that man. While in a super tough loss, Monte Ellis 40 points, 8 assists. Steph had 24 and 11, but again in an L. And there you go, Sacramento. Hope that makes up for this year's Game 7 a little bit, and like the last 40 years of franchise history. The Kings would actually be right back up thanks to the wheel, and the compass sent them due east into Utah Jazz territory. Our wheel of eras gave us NBA 2K16. Okay, 2016, pretty kind, or should be, to the Kings with 87 Cousins, 83 Rudy Gay. Nice. And the Jazz were not great. 83 Gordon Hayward, Derek Favors, young Rudy Gobert. All right then. Sacramento better on paper in 2016, better on court. The Jazz had nothing for them. A 13-point difference. Wow, Sacramento making a late push. Shout out to Rudy Gay, man. 29, 6 and 3 leading the way. DeMarcus Cousins wasn't even good. And I lamented losing the Raptors purple, but look at the Kings. Yep, it's beautiful. Just 4 teams left. I hope I'm jinxing it when I say we have yet to see the Detroit Pistons, and we land on the Bucks. Now the Pistons Pistons might still be the opponent here, but that's crazy. We haven't seen them once. And we're going to continue to not see them because Southeast from original Milwaukee is into 76ers territory. Dude, the Pistons are getting so blessed. Bucks Sixers, there's a lot of different eras in which this could be a lot of fun, and we're going to stick right with NBA 2K16. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to emphasize the 76ers finally having to play a game not on Live 06, and this was right in the middle of the process. Joel isn't good. Oh, that's a bad roster. They might get bailed out though because the Bucks were also not good here. Greg Monroe, their best player. Giannis was just 79 overall. I like Milwaukee on paper, but they're going to need a bit of a miracle here. Philly up 7 late. I don't know how Philadelphia is doing this. Tony Roten off the flop from whoever that that was crazy. Bro, what are the Bucks doing? They left Jahlil Okafor wide open. What kind of press was that? Milwaukee currently doesn't have Giannis on the floor trying to close this game out. It's Grievous Vasquez tossing the ball right out of bounds. What? Wow, I disrespected Greg Monroe. He had 28 and 14 with 4 blocks, albeit in a losing effort. Young Giannis with 19 points. But Tony Roten, Washington State legend, 30 points, 10 assists. What am I seeing? I should have done this long ago in honor of the 06 team that's been carrying them, but Philadelphia gold now runs through America. And our last spin of the video, do we finally get Detroit, or oh my gosh, they're getting a pass right to the finals? I can't believe it. Unless the compass spin saves us, and nope, that's not Detroit territory. Yep, that's easily Sacramento and Philadelphia. Dude, Detroit, what did they do to get so blessed? I don't understand. Sacramento, Philadelphia have been great though down the stretch. Which era will their game? Oh my gosh, we're back on 2K16. In the past few seconds, we've seen both these teams take W's on NBA 2K16. Philadelphia's roster is so much weaker though. And I mean, Kings fans, I need to hear from y'all. I need to hear, is this like a top 5 moment in franchise history? Sacramento potentially winning this video? I mean, they just dominate. Rondo to the rim. What am I seeing? And look at Rudy Gay leading the way once again for the Kings. Amazing. I never would have thought I'd see Sacramento covering almost the entire United States of America when I started this video, and against Detroit in the final, no less. We've got one final spin of our eras wheel. I can only think of one favorable era for the Pistons, and it's not the current day, my friends. This final would have been a slam dunk for the Pistons on Live 06 back when they had a championship caliber core. I mean, they aren't bad in the current day. That's a solid roster, 2K wise anyways. But the Kings lucked out here. This is their best roster across all 4 eras. They've won enough games to be here. They deserve it. Can they close it out? And while the young Pistons core did their best and succeeded at times to keep this game close, the Sacramento Kings and their dominance throughout this video shone through. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess their dominance in the late stages of this video. They weren't amazing throughout, but in the clutch, they came through, and that's all that matters. 31 and 8 for De'Aaron Fox, the clutchest player in the NBA. A triple-double for Domantas Sabonis, not too shabby. He didn't miss a shot. And that big-time play from their stars and clutch victories down the stretch is exactly how you end up the champions of NBA Imperialism. Shout out to the Kings, man. I didn't see it coming. Let me know if you did down below. And if you're interested in another unpredictable, wild video, check out the one on the screen right now in which I created the ultimate alternate NBA timeline.